And who's the special guest?
Oh, this is Mr. Kendrick Minton
There he is.
from Joint Smoke Barbecue.
There, you screwed this entire place up today.
Uh-oh.
When we found out you were coming,
Yeah.
the place, no, honestly, the crew started like, I mean, dogs were mating cats.
Yeah.
I mean, and, you know, the band couldn't play.
Oh, there's footage from last
look
week.
look at what he does for us here. Of course, Kendrick Minton is the owner of JointSmokeBBQPlus. They're here in San Diego, California, but we want to feature some small business across the country, wherever you are located, and it goes back to where we featured a contest for a marketing what's it called? A makeover, marketing makeover.
Yes.
By a guy named Keith Chambers, who wrote the book Pull, and he was the genius behind Super Bowl, 3M Products, General Mills. And we did a contest to do a marketing makeover, which I think we're going to do again in 2025. But the funny part was he was allowed to choose. We had like hundreds of people across the country that would mail in what they thought the business should be. Mm-hmm. He didn't take the consulting business. He didn't take the attorney firm. He took pet crematorium business.
Really?
It was called Happy Dreams Pet Crematorium. And he created marketing. So we've reached out to Keith again, and to do a marketing makeover. And during this process over the next several months, I want to interview as many small businesses as we can to talk about the difference between when they started and now, because of the digital footprint we all have, and so on and so forth. It's interesting. I talked to Kendrick before the program here. I said, "Hey, what's your website?" He goes, "I don't have a website. I have Instagram." Doesn't that say everything, Mary?
Yeah, Facebook
Doesn't that?
and Instagram, right?
By the way, his Instagram is JointSmokeBBQPlus 23. But doesn't that tell you everything about marketing?
Everything you need to know. It's where I go first is Instagram. When I'm looking for a business or I'm looking for something, I go check out their feed. Number one thing.
Kendrick, where are you from?
'Cause I'm hip like that.
Louisiana.
Louisiana. Oh.
Hey, I hear it there.
So you know
Yeah,
nothing about barbecue.
Shreveport, Louisiana. Yes, sir. And part of Texas. So, you know, that's the roots. So, you know, and been out here in California for 30 years. But like I said, just doing this business, man, and enjoying it and loving it. I've been doing it for 2 years now, as far as a business-wise.
How did you get into? I'm not just going to say cooking barbecue. You have a passion for it. I've been next to you. I've seen you move like. You treat this stuff as if it's family.
Oh yeah.
And your
baby.
people too. Talk about how did that happen?
How did it happen is, I think just time, man, just loving it and growing up, you know, like just not really understanding when I was young, but just now I'm older and just really understanding like how passionate sitting down, cooking and smoking and listening to music in the background and having a little sip late at night, just had a smoke rolling. And
I'm
just
taking
like,
him home with me.
Yeah, you know,
Right.
and sitting in your
I'm
taking him home with
backyard and that smell just like going through the air and just like, and then you look up under the smoke and you're like, that's it right there. That's it.
Well, it's
Yeah.
and mom or dad's kitchen table on a Sunday afternoon is religion in the South.
Absolutely.
It really is. It normally comes after services in the morning or whatnot. Is that where, I mean, who at whose apron strings did you fine tune your craft and watch and learn?
Well, you know, every Sunday, as you just said right now, every summer and every Sunday, my grandmother, uncles, aunts, you know, and and we had 17 uncles and aunts, so they would all come over, man, and cook, and everybody would bring a dish, the collard greens and the cornbread and the sweet potatoes and everything, and I just sit there and watch, you know. Just
Mike's dish was Mike would bring his dish would be a 12 or a Mickey's Big Mouth.
And a tub of Cool Whip.
Well, you had the uncles on the side over there, had the brandy and all that stuff going on too.
Good to
so,
know.
You know, yeah.
Okay.
So they was doing that stuff and having a good time, man. And then, you know, and I was just drawn to the smoke because I had the uncles over here on the smoker. So I was
Okay,
just
wait a
like,
second.
I gotta go hang out with these guys.
So for the rest of us, you have to define things. Grilling, barbecuing, smoking.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Like are we like when we're out when he's hitting hamburgers or hot dogs is that barbecue?
Hot and fast.
Hot and fast. Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, hot and fast.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
my
yeah.
dance
Hot and
name.
fast.
Yeah,
You know,
hot and fast.
barbecuing and smoking
That's
is in
his
the
gang name.
same wheelhouse. Low and slow. You know what I mean? You got to have time. If you don't got time, you might as well not.
So, but grilling's a different story.
Yeah,
this
grilling.
is
You
tall,
just
this
get
low
there.
and slow. Talk about low and slow. What does that mean exactly?
Low and slow, you know, because you're going to take a big piece of meat that's hard to break down.
Is that like a brisket? Is that what you're
A
talking
brisket,
Okay.
you know, a pork shoulder.
about? Tri-tip?
Well, tri-tip is fast.
Oh, it
You know
is.
what I mean? Tri-tip relatively is considered fast because in about 35, 45 minutes,
True.
you
Yeah.
got a tri-tip ready.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you
tell
started
so,
hot and fast, and then
Right.
let it.
Yeah.
so what's slow and slow?
slow.
We're talking about how slow? How many hours slow?
12, 14?
Oh yeah.
13 to 14 on my briskets that I do, and then I actually do a 24-hour time on my briskets because
So you start at noon on Saturday and eat noon on Sunday.
what happens is you're doing the 12 to 13 hours smoke, but then you also have a rest time.
Now okay.
During that whole
Yeah.
time, what's going on? Are you
And
there
why are you not
watching
eating it as you're going?
monitoring
Well, the first 4 hours you kind of get away with
it? Okay.
hanging out because you really get into smoking to the meat the first 4 hours, and then after that, you got to go out there and you got to stoke the fire. You add a log or a log or two every to keep the temp up.
Okay.
And this is old school with me, stoking the fire, adding a log, adding wood. They got the.
What kind of wood are you using?
I like to use oak.
Oak.
Yeah, oak. And I usually
Have
use
you
a little
tried
cedar
out
wood.
different woods and?
Have you tried Kingston charcoals?
Kings for charcoal. They are popular. They get used. You know what I mean? You have to do because
But there's nothing like wood, right?
because you create a coal bed. You have to have a coal bed. That's where a lot of people miss that. They want to barbecue, but they don't have a coal bed. They're just throwing wood in there and trying to keep the fire up, but it's not holding that residual heat.
Oh, that's what the coals do.
That's what the coal bed is for. So you got a coal
Kingsford,
bed.
by the way.
You know what I mean?
Kingsford, absolutely.
Kingsford, that's it.
Kingsford.
You know what I mean? We
Can
market
you
those-
can you give away a little bit of a trade secret? I just want to know
No.
how you do you use mustard on your brisket?
No.
You don't, because I see that a lot on cooking shows. They'll take the brisket, they'll trim it
Hold,
down.
stop, wait.
Yeah. Did you just say
You see?
cooking
Do you
show?
say cooking show?
Yeah. Yeah, barbecue masters.
Oh, I like the cut of his jib.
when he's not watching
What are
the
you watching,
Hallmark Channel?
Mike? What are you watching?
Food Network.
I think he needs a cooking show.
Oh my God.
Sure.
Have you ever thought? Okay, so let's talk about Joint Barbecue Plus. Joint Barbecue is your business,
Right.
where you do mostly catering. Do you have a sticks and bricks place? Do you have a building?
stick and bricks.
But you're catering basically.
I'm catering, and I go down to Sarah Mason is one of my biggest
That's
areas that I
in, that's
go to.
for the rest of the country.
Yeah.
That's the area in San
Yeah,
Diego.
yeah. Thanks to those guys, they always come out and support Joint Smoke Barbecue. Great customer base down there. I'll be down there this Friday, as a matter of
But
fact.
wait a second. Do you realize here that you have this opportunity to go out on the line, as I like to say? You could create a YouTube barbecue tip network. I mean, we've learned how much. Like, I guarantee you, I know what you're doing tonight, and I know what you're doing tomorrow.
Yeah.
What? Tell me.
Gonna go online and look at my videos, and you said tip, more like a burnt tip.
Just give me a call, man. Yeah,
But the point is, have you ever thought about scaling it that way? Because you're a wealth of knowledge, and I think you do it anyway, and you've got your lovely life that works with you. I mean, this is Mary's department. Hold up a camera, and next thing you know, this guy's got a business model in terms of giving the entire world tips on how to do it. Or you want to keep your family secret, and you don't give it away.
I do have to keep those secrets dialed in.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
also, does it take away from? I mean, when I saw you out there engaging with the people, and you were in it, and it was just the passion and your love for it. The camera and all the stuff adds a layer that's like not authentic to what you're doing.
Well, the other thing too is,
Right.
is
And I
when
like
you-
to be social.
But when
Yeah.
you see what you're doing, and you weren't there that day, but you go home and think, I'm going to throw away my. I can't even. It's like saying I'm not going to play
Right.
flag football anymore after watching an NFL game. I mean, it's really a different story for you, right? Because just over the passion. Talk about your specialties.
Specialties is brisket. That's the main drop for everybody. It's brisket.
Mike's tearing up.
I know he is.
Yeah.
He
So
was so good.
Dustin Studio. Dang it.
and it's funny because I started with ribs, and that's my first thing I started with. And everybody was like, man, I love the ribs, man. And it's like, they was awesome. And they still are. You know what I mean? That's what I did for you guys today, ribs.
Oh yeah, so I was
Yes.
praying. Goes over. Can't get rid of the ribs.
So, and I slowed down on them because I've stopped eating pork myself, you know what I mean? So that's why I slowed down on the ribs, but I still cook them, you know what I mean? I do taste them. I have my son taste them because he's getting into the game now where he wants to learn. So,
Nice.
hey, when I cook ribs, hey, son,
Come on.
tell me what we got here. Okay, Dad is right.
How long would it take you to where you were trusting someone like your son or a family member to take over the coals, and you sit back and go to Hawaii for a week and know that I mean, is that a 10-year process? Is that a
I
5-year
really couldn't
process?
put a
Is it an
time on
hour?
it. I couldn't put a time on it. They have to sit with me and be with me enough to the point where it just becomes organically and naturally like, I know this is the right person for this.
right.
And I can see it in them, reading them that they are passionate about this the same way that I am. And they just start doing it. I don't have to do anything. It just takes over automatically, you know what I mean? Because they're so good
How
at
old
it
is
now.
your son?
He's 16. Yeah.
I would.
So he's eating you out of house, and he's eating your profits.
Well, he's starting to. It took a while, but he's starting to. It makes me happy.
Wait. James, our music director here, and of course the core of our band and music here, had a question, and I think he's going to bust somebody on something. What was what you were asking about a certain thing?
The marble cake.
What's with the marble cake? What's marble cake?
The marble cake is
I see you backpedaling. What's it all about?
No. A marble cake is a South African cake that it's like a pudding cake. So you know what I mean. That I learned. Actually, my neighbor is South African, and he actually gave me some pointers on it. So you know, we traded some secrets. So you know what I mean.
Oh, look at you.
He gave me that.
Did you bring some of that today?
I didn't, but I brought banana pudding.
Oh, yes.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
Before we let you out, his name is Kendrick Minton. You can visit him on Instagram. What's the Instagram handle there, Mary?
JointSmokeBBQPlus.
All right.
Yeah, what's the plus?
The
Just all
plus
the
is because I do a lot more other things than barbecue. So
Got it,
I added the
okay.
plus to it. So
All right, we'll go online. Look, what's your 5-year plan here for Joint Barbecue Plus? Listen, me and Mike are going to push you until you have a Sticks and Bricks place. We go every single day for lunch.
Yes.
you know what I've been working on lately is just working on getting a bigger smoker, and from that point I can kind of see where it goes. Because now when I got a bigger smoker, I can serve more people. Because I won't serve more people unless I got the capacity to do it. You know, and it's me by myself.
How big is an existing smoker? I mean, how big is a normal smoker, and what's a bigger smoker? And what?
You know, like say for right now, the smoker I have two, and one is on my trailer and one is in the backyard.
What's on your trailer? What's a big smoker look like?
Well, a big smoker, you're talking about a
Silo.
500 gallon, a 1,000 gallon smoker, and you're doing about 30 to 40 briskets at a time.
How much are those things?
Yeah, roughly. If you're talking about 1,000 gallon, you're looking at 15 to 20. But you go
$15,000 to $20,000?
Yeah, you go 250 to 500. You somewhere in the range of 6 to 7,000. So,
Do people ever hire you to come in and teach them how to barbecue? Because I would pony up.
He's
good
not
money.
gonna. He's not gonna do it.
No, but
he's not gonna do it.
Not for trade secrets. It was just a bunch of tables, and everybody has their brisket in front of him, and he's over here. And he goes,
You
"All
charge
right."
$1,000 a head.
And
Like
people
a
would
Sur
pay
La
it.
Table
because
cooking
you
class.
You charge $1,000 a head.
The first process of doing a brisket is the trim, is the prep work.
See, and
See,
that's
brisket is a lot of prep work. That's what people miss. You know what I
See,
mean?
we need to do a
Trim
series
it
with
down,
you.
and I can do that for you. I can.
I think every Friday,
all those things.
we do a series with him on step by step. By the end of next year, you'll be able to cook one rib. He's gonna give it to you this piece at a time. Kendrick, will you come back over and over again, man?
Absolutely.
We love hiring him.
Hey, can I give a shout out to my father? It's his birthday.
What's his name?
Turned 78. Arthur Minton.
Arthur Minton, happy birthday, brother.
birthday.
What's up, Art?
Yeah.
You did a good thing here.
Baby.
Love it.
Thanks, man.
Hey,
I
thank you,
appreciate you
guys.
coming in.
so good.
That does it for us. Big Biz Show, bigbizshow.com is our website.
What are we eating?
We're heading outside.
my
We're gonna
Lord.
be out. See you in a minute.
Take those hands out.